Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. This is Nina and this is going to be your weekly tarot or weekly energy reading. We have three piles as usual before us. We have pile number 1, 2 and 3, and we'll be looking at what's happening for you in the next 7 to 10 days as well as the guidance that's coming through. So pick the pile you're feeling most drawn to. If you need more time, pause the video here and I'll see you in your timestamps. Hi pile 1, for those of you who were drawn to this particular shell, let's take a look at your reading. So I'm pulling some Lenormand cards firstly. I'm hearing amalgamation, okay? Amalgamation, so blending things together, things coming together, or a union. Something like that is coming through. Let's see. What does pile number 1 need to know about the week ahead, next 7 to 10 days? Amalgamation of your gifts, perhaps. Okay. We have two nice cards here. Three nice cards. Speaking of gifts, we have the bouquet, and bottom of the deck we have the ring. Some really good cards here. There's movement, things are getting unstuck, you're moving forward, there's a brand new beginning here, perhaps in a relationship for some of you, okay? And the ship, I kind of had that feeling that there is movement here. We have that with the stork as well. So there is a change here definitely, and a change for the better. This is a really positive new beginning, whether this is in a relationship or at work, or generally, you know, you feeling uplifted, you feeling like I want to initiate something, I want to work on something that is connected to my talents, my gifts, my purpose, then that is what you are initiating here, okay? And for many of you, this is an opportunity coming your way. It could even involve travel or relocation. For some of you, this is the birth of something new. Could be quite literal. Maybe you're conceiving. If that is the case, congratulations, because these two cards together definitely indicate pregnancy for some of you, but for others of you, this is the beginning, the start of something beautiful, something good, okay? And it is definitely a positive change, something you've been looking forward to, and it's a gift from the universe, all right? It could even be that you're like I said, doing something, initiating something that is connected to your talents, your gifts, okay? Let's see, in terms of tarot, what does group number 1 need to know? Okay, what's happening for them in the next 7 to 10 days? All right. Okay. I'll take two more cards. We have the Star and the Hierophant. Okay, bottom of the deck we have the Ten of Swords. So you have come through perhaps an ending, you know, something may have been quite challenging for you. You have perhaps had to put up with some issues, I feel, in your relationships, in your connections, or yeah, for many of you it is connected to some relationship in particular. So with the Five of Swords there is that bit of a initial, I would say, hiccup as well. But what's happening this week is there's a tempering, there's a healing of, you know, any sort of strife that you may have had with other people, with particularly one person, if that is the case, okay? And we do have the ring here again, reminding you of that. So this could have something to do with a commitment, with a relationship, with somebody really close to you as well, okay? And I really like seeing how this is moving forward. So what's happening is that there is perhaps some confusion, some misunderstanding that you're working through with someone. There may have been some illusions or, um, you know, some disagreement, some argument with somebody. You may have come from a place of a difficult ending, like I said, and you may be dealing with someone or a situation or an environment in which you feel like you need to put on your armor, you need to be guarded, you need to defend yourself, or there is some clear misunderstanding or argument that has taken place, or it is ongoing. All right, and now in this week, in the next 7 to 10 days, there is healing taking place. Um, there's a return, I feel, of hope, of a new beginning, a renewal is taking place. Okay, so whether this is a reconciliation or you forgiving somebody and moving on and focusing on your healing, either way, I feel like this is some kind of a spiritual lesson that you have learned through this process. You've come out of it, or you're coming out of it a lot wiser, and a lot more optimistic as well, knowing that you've got your own back. I don't know why I needed to say that you can defend yourself and you can lay down certain boundaries if you need to with people. All right, and with the Star and the Hierophant here, I definitely feel like there is some destined either commitment or connection or a contract or an agreement, something like that coming your way. It is a wish fulfillment. It's something that you've almost, I would say, fought for. Okay, you do have some choices, some decisions to make this week, but if you follow your intuition, if you follow the guidance that you're getting, because you are definitely spiritually guided, you will receive the answer and you will know which cup to take or which choice or path to opt for. Okay, and there is definitely a new beginning, like I said here. So that's what your focus is going to be on in this upcoming week. And I really feel like there's a big role here of destiny, because the Stork again is a big change that's happening in your life. Okay, with the child next to it, this is a new beginning in some area of your life which is destined, which is kind of like fated, you would say. And yeah, it certainly feels that way to me here, especially with the Star and the Hierophant. Okay, let's see your oracle cards and we'll get a better idea of what's happening. I definitely feel like there's nothing to worry about when it comes to some misunderstanding or argument or something with someone, because that's going to reach a point of conclusion. It is going to heal in this upcoming week. Okay, yeah, we have hostilities. I feel you're needing to guard yourself, and also what you believe in is what I'm getting. Okay, there's some challenge in your environment. You have 2 5s here, which do indicate change, and change can be difficult. It's like you're going through some growing pains. Okay, and that's what every spiritual lesson is about. It is about overcoming that phase in which you're experiencing growing pains, but what's on the other side is something beautiful and you feeling more aligned with your path. Let's see. You've got fork in the road. Yeah, some choices to be made. Imagine stepping into power. You are strong beyond measure. Dreams. Your dreams may be more vivid and intense than usual. But I also feel this has a lot to do with your dreams in life. There is something that you've been wishing and hoping for. You've been imagining or visualizing a particular outcome, and I feel like whatever's happening this week, okay, what I'm getting for you as advice is to not judge the circumstances, because they are all part of, they are like stepping stones to where you need to be, where you're destined to be. And that is in a position of power. The Hierophant is also like a leader, a spiritual leader. So you may be, just inviting some people, some jealousy, or some people might try to throw a spanner in your works because they're envious of you, or whatever the case is. Because when you shine very brightly, and especially when you are perhaps given a promotion, let's say for instance, in a very 3D sense, or you're in the limelight, you're getting attention, you're drawing, a lot of abundance to yourself, or you're drawing popularity, whatever the case is, there are bound to be people who will try to pull you down, or who will try to, who have that crab-like mentality. But you're being asked to focus on that which you want, which you desire. Okay, what is your dream? To focus on that, to not lose your sense of focus and determination, and not get distracted, because these are all distractions. Okay, to hold your vision. All right, because there are definitely new opportunities, new doors opening up for you, and you have certain choices to make here. You may be at a crossroads also when it comes to a particular commitment, a particular relationship for some of you. But I feel like there is a good chance here for you to go through this phase of necessary changes, looking at the patterns in your relationship, and resolve your differences, resolve, your grievances, your differences. What is the advice here for you? So I was just speaking of focus. Crystals. So crystals may actually help you, but this is an amethyst cave here. So you may want to work with amethyst, okay, this week. It's also a crystal which is really good for anxiety and for holding your vision, for being connected to your higher self, and it's good for focusing on your third eye, which has everything to do with the vision that you hold for your life, for yourself. And not to lose sight of that. That's a really important message for you this week. Usually when you are stepping into power, when you are stepping up, leveling up in some way in your life, there are people who are both attracted to you with the bouquet, but they're also envious of you. So there is a need here to let go of, the need to control your environment, or to feel defensive, or to feel like you need to react to certain situations or certain people. Okay, even just simply saying no and drawing a line there is enough, and not allowing your focus to be deviated, to go off rail, is enough. Okay, that's what I'm getting here for you. This card is giving me like the Hermit vibe, and the Hierophant here, this is definitely you stepping into your power. You have the wisdom to go forth, okay, and I would say you can definitely be like the bigger person here and let go of any sort of need, to be right, because that's what the Five of Swords can also be about. People wanting to have the last word, the last laugh, whatever the case is. But there are new opportunities, new pathways opening up for you, and you need to be able to maintain that sense of focus and determination to be able to make the right choice. So when it comes to relationships and your love life, what do we have here? Group number 1. Okay, this is nice. We have like attracts like at the bottom of the deck. And you do have a lot of purple in your cards. So there's definitely an emphasis here on your third eye as well as your crown chakra, to not get sucked into any low vibrational energies. Okay. Rest and relaxation is essential. We have simple acts of kindness, and we have spent quality time together. Listen and talk to each other. I feel like there's a real possibility, like I said this week, for you to overcome some kind of an obstacle in case of relationships, and to heal, to recover. That's what the flowers also mean to me. It's a recovery, and there's the sense of forgiveness also that comes through with that. And with rest and relaxation is what I'm getting, to let go of that need for control, like I said, to allow the situation to unfold the way it is unfolding, to focus on yourself in the meanwhile. Sometimes these things get sorted out on their own without you getting into the thick of things and reacting. There's a difference between reacting and responding. What you're choosing to do is respond rather than react. Yes, if somebody is really pressing your buttons, which is quite possible, it might be a little bit difficult to come forth with compassion for yourself and for the other person, but that is what the cards are hinting at. Okay, to be kind to not just yourself but the other person, and try to see things from a higher perspective, from a more evolved and spiritually evolved perspective, okay, which I think is very much possible for you. You're being the bigger person here, and maintain that sense of vision. That's really important. You can resolve any kind of issues by actually just talking things out, listening and talking to each other. But your highlight for this week is for your dreams, for you to focus on your dreams because they are actualizing, okay, and to be open to new possibilities, new beginnings in your life. I'm wishing you all the best, group number 1. I hope this helps, and do take care of yourself. Have a lovely week ahead. Bye-bye. Hi, group 2. For those of you who were drawn to this particular shell here, let's take a look at your reading. I'm going to start with Lenormand cards. What does group number 2 need to know about the week ahead, the next 7 to 10 days? What can they expect and what's possible for them next 7 to 10 days, please? Okay. We have the Rider, the Clover. Amazing. Some good news coming your way. Something that you have perhaps been waiting for. We have the Tree. Let's get one more. Or you might be traveling to a place that is really close to where there's a lot of greenery, nature. Okay, you've got the book at the bottom of the deck. Let's put these aside. So we have the Rider, the Clover, the Tree, and the, I was gonna say the Commitment. Yeah, well it is. And the Ring. This is really nice. Okay. Wow, there's some healing taking place in some relationship, perhaps. Some contract, some agreement coming your way, or some news about a contract or an agreement. And this is for the long haul. This is for, it's going to grow roots. It's going to lead to growth, okay? And it has been rather slow moving, I feel, but you remain steadfast. So this is happening for you. So this is amazing for both professionally, for professional situations as well as for relationships. With the Tree here as well, if you've had some issues with relationship to your health, it is going to recover. You're going to recover this week, and you're going to be a lot more active, driven. You're going to head towards your goals with a lot of motivation, and expect good news as well to come to you, okay? And what else? If you're traveling, it's going to be a really good week, okay? A really good time for you to enjoy some much needed downtime and to heal, to recover. Also, I feel like for some of you this is quite specific, but there is a spiritual connection possibly a relationship that is coming into your life. It could be a friendship, it could be something more serious as well. Okay, a really good week for you, I feel. Also with the greenery, the nature here, the suggestion to go out and really be in nature is really coming through as well. So let's see what's happening for group number 2. What do they need to know about the week ahead, next 7 to 10 days? 8 of Swords. Okay. There's too many. Group number 2. So this card keeps coming up, I guess, and it's going to come up perhaps in all piles. We have the Taurus card here of the Hierophant. You may be dealing with a Taurus. But again, that is the card for commitment. So you may be getting into a serious relationship, but there are still some lingering doubts about it. Okay. Or you may be with the Rider and the Clover here. This is also messages, communication that involve flirtation. Okay. Light-hearted communication. We have the 9 of Wands. Let's get one more. And the 7 of Pentacles. Okay. I want to get one more card. Why do we have the 9 of Wands and this 8 of Swords here? Why do we have the 8 of Swords here? You're giving it a thought. Okay, it's Two of Pentacles. Yeah. I was just going to say that it could even be a proposal, like for some of you, but I didn't want to jump the gun. But we have the 4 of Wands at the bottom of the deck. I feel like whoever you're dealing with, if this is a relationship, it feels like a lot of fun. Okay, you do have some history with this person, of course, otherwise you wouldn't get into a serious commitment with them, or you wouldn't even have that discussion with them. But it feels like, with the Rider and the Clover, this is very fun, flirty, like let's go out and travel, let's have an adventure, that kind of a thing. But what you're thinking about is the investment in terms of the long haul. Is this really going to work out for the long haul? Or it may be coming from someone who you feel you're a bit doubtful about whether they are capable of promising something for the long haul. Because the ring can also be a promise. Somebody's making you a promise. And with the book here at the bottom of the deck, there's a lot of mystery here, uncertainty. You might be feeling like, I'm not too sure. That's what the 2 of Pentacles is also telling me. And with the 8 of Swords, the 9 of Wands, the 7 of Pentacles, you're reviewing this commitment. If this is an ongoing commitment with somebody, you're reviewing it this week and you're looking at it, you're paying attention to the pros and cons, you're seeing how far you've come with this person, you're seeing the challenges that you may have had to go through with this person, and now you're like, what do I do? Do I stick with this commitment or do I move on? What is this promise enough, or is this really a serious commitment or not? Do I invest more in this, or do I, cut my losses and move on? That sort of a thing. So you're perhaps even over analyzing the situation. I mean, it starts off as an innocent thought, right? Like, okay, let's see where this goes, or what does this hold for me? What is this person really reliable? And it moves on perhaps to fear, to doubt, to your own insecurities, to your own limitations coming in your way. If this is a past person returning to your life, they are coming in with a serious proposal this time, or a serious promise. But for some reason, you're not too sure about this person, or you might be too busy, or you might be thinking, like going back and forth in your mind about whether this is, is it gold, or is it something that's just glittering, that sort of a thing. So let's see other cards here and we'll get a better idea of what's happening for you. Even when it comes to professional contract or agreement, it's the same thing. You're considering it, you're giving it a lot of thought, and you may be a bit indecisive this week about whether this is gonna fit me in the long run or it's gonna lead to growth or not. Okay, view from above get the big picture. Can't speak today. We have poise, number 48. Nice. We have flexible, number 19. Yin yang. Yeah, so this is most probably a soulmate connection for many of you. But a soulmate connection doesn't mean it's lifelong. Okay, soulmates are just souls who, they are like from the same stream of consciousness, you could say, and they are from the same soul family, but not necessarily people who we have lifelong connections with. We have freedom of soul expression. You may be holding back from expressing yourself out of fear of losing or upsetting someone around you. Now that's very self-explanatory, and this image somehow always reminds me of like a couple waltzing or doing the tango or something like that. I don't know why, but it reminds me of that. There's a need here for balance. Okay, balance in the sense of also seeing if there is an equal give and take, or giving and receiving in this connection. Are you all meeting each other halfway? Are you all both flexible? Are you all both able to put your ego aside and do the right thing for each other, or be right? How do I put this? And I wouldn't say like compromise, I don't really like that word, but meet each other halfway. That's a better way of putting it. On some days we need to give more than receive. On other days we are in need of receiving, and the other person should be willing to give. So the idea here is, there enough balance in this connection for you to continue? That's what I feel, basing your decision on, or that's what you're thinking about, you're analyzing. But for some reason you are limiting yourself when it comes to expression. Now this doesn't have to be a romantic partner, okay? It could be any sort of relationship or close partnership or a contract. It could be an employer as well. It could be someone definitely who means something to you. Because of the ring and the Hierophant, this is a serious agreement or commitment. And so you're wondering, like, what do I do? Can we actually meet each other halfway? But your advice is to not hold back, to actually speak out, to let your needs be known, to let your desires be known. Because if something is not working out, or if you're left feeling like, I'm the one who ends up doing all the work or putting in the work, or feeling exhausted, like I need to or even I need to have firm boundaries so that this person doesn't take advantage of me. If there is a situation like that, then you need to speak up. You need to let your feelings and your thoughts be known, okay, rather than ruminating over that. And with poise there is a possibility this week for a new beginning, definitely. I feel like the energy around you is really supportive of you making this decision or this choice, and you're in a confident position now, able to make a wise choice for yourself for the long haul. Okay, let's see. your advice is dawn, new beginnings. So choose the new path, or look forward to the future, look forward to new beginnings, rather than, I would say, dragging on a situation or an argument, or like, it's easy for me to say let bygones be bygones if this is about healing a connection. It's entirely up to you. But it is possible, is what I'm saying. Okay, it's very much possible to have a new beginning, to have a fresh start here. But again, with the Two of Pentacles and flexible here, there is a need here for balance, for flexibility in the connection. There's no doubt about it. And rather than needing to defend yourself and protect yourself all the time, you can let your guard down and speak up and allow the other person, give them an opportunity to meet you halfway, to let your needs and your beliefs, your terms and conditions be known. Okay, you don't have to do everything that the other person is expecting of you. Okay, the Hierophant can be a little stuck in their ways, so yeah, that's that. Let's see what's happening for you in terms of relationships and love life, although this whole reading kind of focuses on that. But there are definitely new beginnings happening in your life, whether it's a relationship or a commitment or a contract or an agreement, or you're initiating something new. Try not to be in that energy of just over analyzing and going back and forth in your mind. Just in that case, initiate it, because this is a really good time for you to commit to that, whether it's a creative project or whatever the case is. And yeah, don't get burnt out. Okay, reserve your energy for yourself and the things that really matter to you as well. Let's get one more. Okay. So there's one card fallen down. Let me get that. Okay, so we have embrace your emotions, allow your feelings to surface and be accepted. Yes, and I would say go so far as to let your feelings be known to the other person, or if it's a boss, to your boss, let them know that this is too exhausting, I can't continue like this. Something's got to give, something's got to change. Be willing to express love to receive love. For those of you where, again, like, this new beginning is possible, but you're feeling quite guarded because, you're unsure about whether I want to invest my time, energy, and feelings into this connection or not. Again, speak up and let them know. And it is very much possible, like I said. You're poised for a new start, a new beginning. And we have rest and relaxation is essential. Yeah, so don't get burnt out. Whenever I see the Nine of Wands, it's like, oh my god, I'm so tired, that sort of energy. And to remind you, we have the Four of Wands as well as the Ace of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Speaking of being tired, we have the Ten of Wands here. A fresh start is possible, but yes, communicate, let your feelings be known. Don't worry about hurting the other person. And you can do that by being flexible, not breaking your back for another person, but trying to meet each other halfway. Okay, so I'm wishing you all the best, group number 2. Have a lovely week ahead, and take care of yourself. Bye bye. Hi, group 3. For those of you who were drawn to this particular shell here, let's take a look at your reading. So firstly, we're drawing some Lenormand cards for you to see what's happening, what's possible, What's the focus for the next 7 to 10 days for you? What's the most important thing that's happening? Okay. We have the garden. We have the cross, the sun, and the tree. Bottom of the deck we have the child. So this theme of new beginnings is probably running through all the readings. But again, there is some important, I'm hearing destination. Okay. There is an important decision as well for you to make this week. And it is likely to have a huge impact in your life. This is a very spiritual pile, okay? You may be involved as well with a group, a community, which has a lot to do with spirituality, or you may even have your own spiritual business for some of you. You're going to shine. It's going to be a good week in which you are going to be popular and you're going to have some good discussions, good meetings with people. The garden and the tree are both associated with together with a place which is very green, very lush, okay? And for some of you, maybe you're going on a spiritual retreat, I don't know. That is quite possible. You know, you're getting out and you're soaking in the sun, you're refreshing your soul, your mind, your body, you're looking after yourself and you're healing, okay? There's a big focus here on healing as well, because we have the cross as well as the tree here, okay? Things are looking up and you're, I feel, starting to put yourself out there in some way, and things will start to grow is what I'm getting for you. It's slow but steady growth. And yes, there is a possibility for a new beginning, a fresh start, or a renewal of some sorts in your life. But these are like pretty big, like destiny oriented cards. These are not, so they're more concerned about, you know, your life in general, your life path, and the direction that it's taking, okay? That's nice. So let's get some tarot and see what's happening for you. Group number 3. What does group number 3 need to know about the week ahead? Knight of Pentacles. Speaking of slow and steady growth, this is nice. I often see this as the knight that comes into picture when things are picking up, or you're picking yourself up, you're dusting yourself and getting back on track, okay, in some way. We have the High Priestess and the Hermit. Yeah, very internalized energy for you this week. And we have the Sun and the Chariot. Really nice. Bottom of the deck, we have the Queen of Swords. You're coming into a lot of clarity about your direction, your purpose in life. In general, this feels more like an internal week, okay, insular, in which you're going to focus more on yourself, on healing, on your journey, your personal growth, your development as a person. And it's a steady week of growth as well as recovery. With the High Priestess and the Hermit, you're definitely taking some time out to go within, to understand where is it that I want to go from here, or or you're looking for direction, you're looking for that illumination of the sun, and that's what's coming through next, okay? Your path is going to be shown, and then you're going to be raring to go with the Chariot, very determined, very confident. Again, you've got the sun twice, so there is a lot of emphasis here on healing, on recovery, on illumination, on shining brightly, on prosperity, on success, on new beginnings in your life, okay? And it is coming after a period, I feel, of a lot of contemplation, a lot of maybe even a dark period in which you've had to go through like a dark night of the soul. You're coming out of your cocoon now. That is what I was getting with those cards as well. Like you're beginning to now put yourself out there somewhere along this week, okay? Perhaps not in the start of the week, but definitely towards midweek and onwards, okay? And that's your period, that's your time to shine. That's when you'll feel more confident as well to put yourself out there. I feel like for some of you this is quite specific, but you may have been resolving a lot of your inner conflict with regards to your self-esteem, with regards to your self-worth. Your solar plexus chakra may be going through a healing, okay, an activation, and that is what's enabling you now to move forward with a lot more drive, a lot more confidence. So this is amazing. This is all focused on you, okay? And also with the Knight of Pentacles here, there could be some offer, some opportunity being extended to you, something that perhaps you have been manifesting and you've been waiting for patiently, and now it's coming, okay? Amazing. Let's see your other cards. Align with your wholeness. You are not your illness, symptoms, or habits. You, the person, are always whole and perfect. Yeah. So, like I said, you have been going through, I feel, a period of a lot of contemplation. You've been doing the inner work, okay, which we mention so often in tarot readings and in the spiritual circle. You are a very spiritual, I would say you even have certain spiritual gifts. You may be tuning into them this week, but more than anything, you're listening to your inner guidance, your inner voice. You're more in tune with your higher self now and with your soul. And that is what's giving you direction. That's what's giving you purpose this week. Wow, this is amazing. You're really coming into your power. You're feeling whole, feeling complete, overcoming any sort of doubts that you've had with regards to who you really are. Indecision, number 8. Chop wood, number 42. Okay. Come to the edge. Interesting. These are such contrasting energies, and we have answering the call. The time is now. And see how she's venturing into this like a magical, there's a magical pathway leading to the unknown, you could say. She's opening up a door, and there is something that resembles a crystal ball on top of that gate. I do feel like there's one particular pathway that is opening up for you, but it will require you to, I feel like this is not happening right at the start of the week. You're starting your week as usual, okay, like doing the things that you normally do, putting in the work, being steady. That's like the Knight of Pentacles, who shows in and day out, and he works steadily towards growth. That's also the chopwood energy, okay? But somewhere along the week, there is a particular calling. There's a very strong intuitive nudge to experiment, to do something that you haven't done before, to go somewhere. For some of you, it could be even related to travel, okay? Or to teach something, or to put yourself out there in some way. And that is the call that you're being urged to answer. It's going to be a very strong voice, okay? Not just a nudge. It's going to be very strong, I feel. Like, you'll be like, I can't avoid this anymore, okay? I have to give this a shot. I have to try this somehow, okay? That sort of a thing. And it might feel like, I don't know if I'm ready for this, but you're being called to have faith, okay, and to choose the new path, or to at least try to go down that path for a while and see. It might just work out for you, okay, to have faith. And with the red robe here, this is about creativity. So for many of you, this is a passion or a creative pursuit or something that is like a soul calling, okay, that you're really meant to experiment with or to do. What's your advice? We have, yeah, speaking of experiment, we have veil breach. This is all about, breaking out of your shell, coming out of your cocoon, and doing something even if you feel like you're not ready for it, or you feel like you feel a bit intimidated perhaps, because it may involve putting yourself out there publicly, socially, okay, because we have the garden there as well and the sun. So this is about perhaps even the limelight, doing something that would make you nervous, that sort of a thing, and you're indecisive, but your cards are all suggesting this is the time for you to do that. Try something new, okay. It might just be a lot of fun is what I feel, okay. Let's see what your relationships and love life suggest. Though this, I feel, is entirely focused on you, on your growth, on your soul's purpose, on a calling. And I also feel like with the Virgo card here of the Hermit, this is about something that would involve, you being of service in some way, or you're teaching something, you're passing on some kind of wisdom, some knowledge. I don't know why you don't feel ready, because you have all the wisdom that that would be appreciated, I feel, by others. Wow, you have some lovely cards here. You have getting to know each other, learn to meet another's need for love. This could actually be a really spiritually aligned connection, if that's what's coming your way, because there is a possibility for that. It's like, the sun and the moon. The sun is, of course, the masculine energy. The high priestess is very feminine. So is the hermit. It's earth energy, very feminine. So the masculine and feminine is very balanced. So if this is a connection, this is highly it's a very strong spiritual bond, spiritual connection. We have do something for someone, give your attention to another, getting to know each other. We have the union of hearts, a love connection defies explanation. So if this is a bond that is evolving, it's going to be amazing. It's destined, it's fated, it's something that's really part of your journey in life, okay, your soul's path. All right, so those are your messages, group 3. I hope this helps. Really amazing reading. I hope you have a wonderful week ahead. Do take care of yourself, and I'll see you again later. Bye bye.